Hey, friends. Welcome to Bosses and Breakfast. Minna will be joining us in just a second. I was on the phone with her um, until about 1 minute before we were going live. So, um, welcome. Say hello. Hey, Alexandra. Hey, Erica. Hello, Facebook users. Hey, Amanda Lee. So, just as a heads up, if you have the ability to jump over to StreamYard, so if you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and then you let them know that they can access your Facebook name and picture, we'll be able to see your name. If you've done it last year, we may not be able to see your name right away. So just make sure to add that. Hello, yellow again.
I know I've really been on a yellow kick, you guys. I'm ready for fall, and mustard is my color of the season. Yes, I know. We're
Mustard.
like, we could take a photo and just be like, did they plan that every single time?
New podcast art right here. I had come up with this genius thing of that I could just text to voice the title for Bosses and Breakfast.
Mhm.
But then I didn't stop hitting the text to voice. So everything I said as saying hello to everyone also got like put into it.
So it's like a massive text message.
Yeah. I was like, hey everyone, welcome to Bosses and Breakfast. So hey everyone, what are we all drinking, eating,
Oh,
doing?
I left my coffee out there. Be right back. Okay. Hold on a
I
second.
can't do it without coffee.
I know. It's
I don't have
bosses
that exciting of a mug.
yeah. Okay. Be right back.
Debbie, we're live always. You're going to hear us in your Boxer. You're going to hear us in the mastermind. You're going to hear us in multi-stream machine. You're going to hear us in the challenge. This is the week. Tina's drinking chai tea. Amazing. I have my phone set up. Was almost 100% ready today, but I was before Minna, which is not an always. Okay, Tammy's having ice water and yogurt. Sounds refreshing. Hey Valerie, working on packaging orders while I listen. Fun. Annika made a pumpkin spice espresso with oat milk. Hi, can you come over?
I actually got my Nespresso machine now too.
Congrats. And we just ordered one for Lauren for her wedding.
Yep, it's like an
She got hers.
espresso giveaway, you
And I'm
know?
no longer using my Nespresso. So if anyone wants one,
It's like my Dymos. Anybody wanna win a used Dymo?
Lauren registered for a Pixie. And I was like, I have 2 of those in storage. James takes it to his dressing room. So he has one there. And then we were using the coffee pods here. But then I don't know, during COVID and when we weren't going out, I was loving the like intelligentsia coffee, like getting like the expensive
The French press
coffees.
one, kinda?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I actually have all 3, so I know
I mean,
this
I go
is
through moods.
yeah, because sometimes I like to add the espresso, the shot of espresso to my Keurig coffee, for example, or sometimes in the mood to like do the whole ritual of the French press, smelling it, letting it percolate, all that stuff. So it's kind of out of control because then I have to buy pods and things for all of them.
Yeah.
And then I have my milk frother, which I have a few of those too. And I'm just like, okay, now I have 3 machines, like, one is the French press, obviously,
When
and
we
I think I need to stop there.
when we eventually build our dream kitchens, each of us, we're gonna need a whole entire coffee bar
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
with
I
all of the
essentially have
devices.
one. My in-laws saw that this weekend, and they were like, "What in the world?" I was like, "Yeah, did you want an espresso? It's like a shot." My mother's like, "Oh my gosh, that seems like, that would be so strong." It's like, sometimes I add it to my coffee instead, sometimes I make it into Americana. Anyway, she didn't have the love like I did for coffee.
Yeah, and I'm
So,
from an English family, so it's all tea over there. Tea all day,
mhm.
every day with milk. Which I'm watching Ted Lasso and um okay, I feel like we should say hello on Instagram because we might
Mm.
be funny and we don't want them to miss out on how hilarious we are.
So I'm not the smartest here, guys. I did not charge my phone like I should have, and I'm going to try to do this through my wireless mic. So we'll see what happens, okay?
Good luck, tech.
No, I mean, I think it will possibly work. I mean, it's kind of like when you have your AirPods. I don't know if like it allows the live with that. Who knows? Anyway.
I'm on an AirPod.
Yeah.
One
That's
ear
why I was
each.
thinking
Right.
it should work. I'm like, 20% sure it will work.
What's up, Instagram? It is Bosses and Breakfast Day. We are talking about coffee over on Facebook. We're like, we need to go live over here on Instagram because we're talking about our dream kitchens and a beverage bar. That would be amazing one day to have. But today is a really big day for us over here at the Product Boss. It will be a big day for all of you as well. So good morning, Brooke. So start saying hello as you're joining on Instagram. Right now, Instagram's almost beating out Facebook, which is impressive. So people on Facebook, I don't know where you all are today, but maybe you're all taking a
Yeah, this
nap
is
because they've been live
odd,
with us.
right? They're like, "Can't be that they're live again. They're
Hi,
constantly on
Sarah. I
here."
know they're like, do they ever leave these their devices? No, in fact, we do not. Um, ask our children. Yes, we can give you motivation. Someone's Jordan says, "Can you give me motivation? I've lost it recently."
Hey,
That's
good
why we're here.
morning.
Morning.
Okay. I don't know if you all noticed, but even though I did not have my phone charged as much as I could have, I actually set it up so my camera's on my lazy arm. I set up a video section. You know how
I
like
need
we've
to. I need to figure out how to get my phone here.
Yeah, yeah. So I did the lazy arm that's kind of going across my mic right now. That's propped onto my laptop. Anyways, I'm making it happen because the one of the things that we talked about for this season was getting your physical space ready for like if you do videos all the time that you don't have to set it up. You know how like every Wednesday morning we're like pretty chaotic.
Who, us?
So I was trying to alleviate some of that chaos since my kids have like late start on Wednesdays and everything. And yet here I am, and I forgot to charge my phone as much as I could because video does drain it quite a bit. But anyways, at least the camera's in the right
Plus, you and
place.
I were literally messaging everybody this morning. So
Right.
our
Yeah.
phones are being used. Christina says, forgot we were live this morning because she was so focused on day 3 of Rocker Holiday
Yeah.
Promotions Challenge. Amazing. I was going into some random story before and I was like, wait, I need to jump over here. But I don't remember. So if anyone
Was it about
remembers,
coffee? Because that's the only thing that
yeah, we
was
were
on here.
talking about coffee. We're talking about
Uh-huh.
kitchens and coffee.
Yes. Oh, is it your organizer that you hired? Were you going to talk about that?
No, but she's pretty amazing. Laura Bostrom, my husband, when we were home this summer, his mom gave him literally everything from his childhood, which was like all his baseball cards, all his Star Wars figurines, like all the things from all the plays he's ever been in, all his headshots, literally everything, because he's an actor, if you all don't know that. And so we had to ship it all back, and it was all over his office room that's also getting Ted Lasso. Thank you, Stephanie and Debbie. Yes, I will get there. But yeah, so it was everywhere. And so I was getting, because when things, a lot of us are starting to feel overwhelmed. You can let me know if you feel this. Like, it is a weird time feeling overwhelmed, things like that. And
Mhm.
I get overwhelmed when then I see messy house,
Yeah.
because I still feel like it's my responsibility to put the house back in order, or maybe it's just for my own mental sanity. I think my husband can exist in that and not be like, "Oh, but I have to clean up. Oh, but I have to clean up." And all I'm thinking is like, I have to go live. Then I
Yeah.
have to clean up, right? Whew,
I
lots of
think
stress.
everybody feels like that, like when we're starting to feel overwhelmed. I feel that way too. I thought that once my kids were in school, I had this disillusion that it'd be
This
like a light
imaginary
switch and suddenly everything would be organized and clean and I'd have all this time and I'd feel it, but I haven't felt it yet where it hasn't sunk in that I have this time or I feel like, oh my gosh, I wanted to take a walk or I feel overwhelmed by all the things. And so I did like the laundry is just a situation in itself, but I did clean my office, which I felt really good
Me
about.
too.
And I took we have like in like obscene amount of crinkle paper. So I took like a whole bunch of it out to the garage and I just set up my lights. And like I said, I set up my video section. And it's kind of like what we talked about with in one of our trainings for the done workshop was that you think about your physical space, your mental space, and your calendar space. And when those feel out of control, that's when you feel overwhelmed. So I was like, okay, well, my easiest and the one that I always start with, this is why I always rearrange my office is that I start with physical space. So what can I do to make it feel a little bit more like less overwhelmed? So like Jacqueline said, she hired an organizer, and all of her husband's stuff, having driven cross country, she hired somebody to take care of
Well,
that physical
I told
space.
her so real quick, Elle, if you're watching live or anyone on the team on Instagram, if you could put a comment of about the workshops, and we'll talk about the workshops, but just the link in bio, and I'll pin that to Instagram so people can see it. But yeah, so he's going back. So my husband's Harry Potter on Broadway and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Yay, Broadway's coming back, and he starts rehearsals in less than a month now. And he had all this stuff to do. And he's, thank God for him, because he cleans up the whole house. Like he's Mr. Mom, as they used to call them back in the 80s, when dads actually were like,
I
oh, wow, he's
know.
taking care of
When
his
it's
kids.
just should be dad. Like how my parents are like, yeah, Kevin needs to babysit Amara, which is my niece. And I'm like, that's her dad. I think you just call it
Oh, yeah,
parenting,
yeah, yeah. It's really,
you
that's what I
know?
always love when, like, in the very beginning for dads, a lot of times, oh, yeah, I have to babysit the kid. And I'm like, you're the dad. But anyways, I digress. So, yeah, so I ended up, when I first moved to New Jersey, we had like my office from LA, our apartment from New York City, we had our house from LA, all come into this one house that we're in right now. So everything got combined. And I had found this woman, Laura Bostrom. So any of you that are, in New Jersey that need a home organizer. She's amazing. And back then, what was crazy is that back then, it was like 3 years ago, she was just still doing her home organizing herself. She had a 6-month-old, and we ended up trading services because I paid her. And then I was like, she was thinking about how does she build her service business and how does she get it online and get digital. And so it's like, I can kind of coach you on this. So we traded coaching for home organization. And then with James's room looking like that, I was like, I need to hire someone to help you put this stuff away. Let me tell you, I walked in there yesterday after they were here for 4 hours, and I was like, where did everything go? And she's like, I got him to throw away so much. And I was like, you just
You
saved our
are a
marriage.
freaking miracle worker, lady.
I was like, add that to your list. But Laura's like got a digital course now. She's got a team. She doesn't do it all herself. And like, it's 3 years later. And she's like, I remember all these conversations I had with you. And then, look at where she is now. So that was a really fun thing to see her growth and to be able to hire her to come in and do this small project, because I needed to stay somewhat sane. Also in terms of just all the things that we're doing. So, okay. So real quick, before we jump into other chit chat, we are in the middle of Rocker Holiday Promotions Challenge right now. Hands up,
Day
let us know.
3, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
Yeah. Say day 3 if you're in the challenge with us.
Raise
Or
the
you
roof, as the, older people say, my age.
40 and older.
Right?
God, the kids
Still
these
doing raise
days.
the roof, and the kids are like, "Let's go," is what they say instead of raise the roof. I think that's like the new one.
Well, what's the in between?
I don't know.
The
I'm
20s
not
to
sure.
30s. What do all you young people say? No. And so anyways, it's day 3. So many of you are in. I see on Instagram and I see over here on Facebook. So many of you are inside the challenge. There are amazing things happening. This is hump day. This is the day that you may feel like maybe you're not going to keep showing up for yourself and your business, but keep pushing through.
But
So
you go over the hump, okay? Go over the hump.
hence Wednesday, like let's get there. Let's get you all to the finish line, right? You are going to feel amazing at the end of this week that you kept up. And we always say done is better than perfect. So just today you're building your promotions. Even if you just build one, do it. But where we're switching over, this is something brand new that we've never done, but we're really excited to share with you that we always do our day 5 live, which is our workshop for day
Yeah, it's
5.
our day 5, but we do it actually live, which is, we love showing up live. It's where the magic happens, is in our lives. We're actually teaching the training live. It's an hour training. It's bonkers good, I have to say. And it's really, really fun. So it really ties up everything in a bow of like how we can scale and grow your business for the holiday season. So day 5 is where it's at. And now we've
But
created workshop times for it too.
yeah, so all of you that are in the challenge with us already, which so many of you are going to get this delivered to your inbox, but show up live. You've had your own registration link, sign up for it. But my friends, those of you that are not, so who's not in the challenge, but wants to come to a free 1-hour workshop with us. So let me tell you what this workshop is. It's called How to Make More Sales and Grow a Profitable Product-Based Business. Learn the 3 secrets of highly profitable businesses to consistently generate and grow your revenue year round, not just during this holiday season, not just during your busy times, but year round. And here's the kicker, how to do it without spending 1 cent on advertising. So this is a free workshop that we're doing. We have time slots for tomorrow on Thursday. We have 2 time slots tomorrow, Thursday, September 16th. We have 2 time slots on Friday, which is Friday, September 17th. And we just opened up because these workshops are really filling up quite quickly. We just opened up an extra workshop on Saturday, September 18th. So we've tagged it here. Go to theproductboss.com/workshops, sign up. You will also be able to sign up for text messaging with us to get reminders, because I know a lot of you, like, we've texted like, hey, we're live, and they're like, thank you for the reminder, because life happens. So again, that's theproductboss.com/workshops. And here's what we're gonna help you create your path to profit.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about what that is? Because it's an actual workshop where we're going to guide you through something.
Yeah, you walk away with basically your plan. We firmly believe that every business has a path to profit. It looks different for everybody. And if you were in the challenge and in the workshops with us that we did previously, the holiday ones, we had inspiring stories come on. They'll air on the podcast. So if you miss them, do not worry about it. But we really talk to different students that have their own path to profit to really show you and prove to you that it looks different for everybody. And to kind of light that fire under you, we had Stacy Kramer that was on for Atelier. She took, her first 90 days of working and really used in person, for example. We had Rachel Dunn Jewelry, which she tapped into Etsy, for example, and really went deep into that. So it's a whole bunch of different people and stories and what their idea of success is. So at the end of the path to profit is eventually your idea of success. Jacqueline and I phrase that as your dream life, and it looks different for everybody. So sometimes your dream life is to leave your full-time job. Sometimes it is to make enough money to have a vacation, with your family. Sometimes it's simply to,
I
it
would say
can,
sometimes it's like building confidence as a business owner,
yeah,
right?
right.
Knowing what
Mhm.
your next steps are. So yeah, we're hosting these workshops live, each and every one of them. So if you think we're showing up live today, I mean, lots of dry shampoo and curling irons. Like
Yeah.
by
I'm
Sunday, my
running
hair
out
is gonna
of
be like,
yellow clothes, so you'll
I
start
didn't know
seeing me wear
yellow was the
different colors.
memo, but I matched. But yeah, so we're doing each one of them live. There'll be about an hour of the workshop, and then we are actually going to be doing Q&As for at least 30 minutes after. So set some time aside for that. You will, when you register, get the replay as well if needed, but there's a show up live bonus. So we're giving away an awesome bonus when you all show up live. And what I was actually talking about for the path to profit, now Mina's got the end result, but for so
Mhm.
many of you, and let me know in the chat if this is how you feel, do you all feel like you just don't know what to do next in your business? Like, you
Mhm.
want to grow it, you know what kind of business, or you might be thinking like, this is the kind of business I want it to look like, right? Maybe I want to work within these hours. Maybe I want to make this amount of money. Maybe I want to leave my full-time job. I want to have enough
Yeah,
money to
you have a
send.
loose, version of that.
Yeah. So you have your version of what you want your life and lifestyle to look like, right? But then do you know how you're going to get there in your business? Do you all feel confused? Like, what's next for me? Because when we talk, Mina and I talk about your systems, right? Working on your systems. We talk about your visibility, which is your marketing, and we talk about increasing your sales. But I think so many times people come to us and all of you have a different path to profit. So you all have one main platform, sales channel. Actually, I'd love to see that. So drop that into the comments. What's your main sales platform that you're currently selling on? Let us know. So whatever that is, that's like your main revenue driver, whether it's $100 or $10,000 or whatever it is. That's what it is. Then what we're going to help you do is figure out, okay, well, what should you focus on right now? Because we can't do everything. So we're going to
Mhm.
help you really try to we're going to help you try and figure out what you're going to work on, within your systems. What are you going to work on for visibility? And what are you going to do for sales? And it's not all the things, because when we talk about all the things, that's when the overwhelm comes.
Yeah.
Because trust me,
No
we all
one
have,
can do all the
we
things.
all want
You
to do
can't do,
all the
yeah.
things.
You just can't do it all at once.
Yes. And we want to do it all, but we can't do it all right now. Right. Even Mina and I have a team. I think it's over 20 people. I
Yeah.
don't know, 30. I don't know how, we
No,
don't
no,
even
it's
know.
it's closer to 20. Not
50,
30. 100
100 million.
people. 100 people. No, I think it's 18. you know?
Yeah, someone could
Mhm.
confirm how many people that actually is, but we're no longer managing everybody, right? That's why we're kind of like there's some people we manage and we work with every day and there's some people that don't. But let me tell you that we could give you a list. We could get to 100 people working with us because there's so many things we'd like to get to,
Right,
but we
that's our team
can't.
within the product boss even,
Yeah.
not
S-
with us, it sounded like our clients. Oh, you know what I was looking never mind. Oh, sometimes I wonder how I survive this world, let me tell you.
I mean, you're so smart. You really
Yeah,
are. Like you're
yeah,
so
it's so
smart.
dumb. Yeah, I was looking for this ear thingy. I was like, "Where is that thing? Because I
You're
can't put
literally
this
one of the
back in my ear."
smartest
It was
people.
actually in my ear.
But when it goes to your physical body,
And
I
it's just
don't
like
know.
I was like, "Oh my god," like, I don't know how I survive this world sometimes, literally.
With me and bacon, just
Yeah.
guide you around.
Yeah, my husband's nickname is Bacon, seriously, and I'm like, "Babe, where's my phone?" And I was literally, like, in my pocket. I could not stop laughing yesterday. It was just,
This is
like,
why
even
my
then.
phone now is this gets worn. Like I wear my phone because otherwise God only
Yeah.
knows. And I don't have an iWatch like you do to like be able to track
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so a lot of you are putting in, sorry for that little, side
Yeah.
note there. But
Sorry.
Instagram, we've got website, your Shopify stores, direct sales, Facebook, Instagram, website. So a lot of you have like your main platform, but where we see is that overwhelm comes with like, but this person's doing it like this person's doing it like this, or all
Yeah.
of these potential ways I can grow. And then we almost stop. We almost like
Yeah.
hit a shutdown.
It is really because of that, because you don't know what behind the scenes looks like. You're seeing what all the highlight reel of what people are doing. It's almost to the point of glamorize, like this person is doing this and they're doing so well. Maybe I should be doing that. Well, that person is doing this. Maybe I should be doing that. And the path to profit is really about what you want and aligning it with what you want, but taking the steps to get there, because it is step by step by step, taking that first next step, because it isn't what other people want. It's not looking and saying, "Oh, that looks like she's doing well over there. I'll try that." And I'll just keep trying a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do with you. We're actually going to build it out with you. So it's not just going to be a workshop where we're like ba, 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 telling you all the things, but rather when you register, we have a diagram that you get. You're going to be filling that out to download that. If you don't, you can do it on a piece of paper. And by the
Yeah.
end of
Just
the
bring a notebook and a piece of paper and a pen and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and by the end of the workshop, you will have created your path to profit. I have to do this, plus this, and this is going to equal movement in your business, right? Because that's all we can ask for right now is that you all just take steps forward. So again, it's theproductboss.com/workshops. There are 5 workshops we're being taught
Um,
live.
is your sound not working maybe? Everybody that's on Instagram, can you hear Jacqueline right now? Can you start talking again?
You're cracking to me.
Oh, we're cracking to each other. I don't know who. I could log back off, but I think it's who is it that you can't hear? It's at the Instagram. It's the Instagram.
Did Instagram say they couldn't hear us?
Oh, you're back. Can you
So
hear
are
me
you.
clearly?
Mhm.
Oh, well, it's Instagram. It was neither one of us. We should have known.
Grace wants to know, we're doing other workshops. When do we sleep? Not this week. There's just no, yeah. We sleep. We build it in. We have it all. We were planning. We were
Oh,
training for
yeah.
this.
We built in our calendar space for it. So we are here with all of you. We knew we planned it. I actually got a whole bunch of like food that I know that I can snack on, eat. We're going to be drinking lots of water. That's what you do in busy season. I want you all to think about that too. You figure out what is working and you focus and you support yourself in the way that you need to. So if that means your kids have to have activities or be put in front of the TV, that's what happens. If that means that you need to order food or have frozen dinners or whatever it is, then that's what you do. If you need to set out water every single night, that's what you do. So you remember to drink it. If you need to put in the calendar, go for a walk right now, that's what you do. Oh,
Yeah, if
no,
you have
is it still cracking? Am I
no,
still
that's just
cracking?
responses from when you asked.
Okay, okay.
So like last night, Mina and I were walking in the dark. It was late,
It
but
was
we
still bright out for me.
it's
We're
dark
an
for
hour
me.
apart from each other, yeah.
But we were like, we were kind of feeling overwhelmed and we're like, we just need to move our bodies and talk this through. Right. So yeah. So when you ask when we sleep, like you're all heading into your busy season, which is why a lot of you are starting to feel that overwhelm and that creep come in, which is why we wanted to support you so early in the year. We did our workshop series. There were 3 workshops. We've done an implementation week. We have Rock Your Holiday Promotions Challenge right now. We're doing these workshops. Again, the workshops are going to, I'll just read it to you again. The workshop's called How to Make More Sales and Grow a Profitable Product-Based Business. Learn the 3 secrets of highly profitable businesses to consistently generate and grow your revenue year-round, and how to do it without spending 1 cent on advertising. And this is where we're going to build your path to profit together. So it's just overwhelming. So we've been trying to get you to this point of prepping for the holiday season, getting as many things as you can get done as early as you can. Also, with the uncertainty of school staying open, schools closing, weather
Yeah.
changing, all the things. So let's plan while we still kind of have control of our days in a way. And then you will be more prepared than you've ever been for the holiday season and beyond, because that's really what the workshop is it's getting you past the holiday season when sales are going to come in more consistently in the next several months. But then what we need to do is figure out, how do you generate this year-round profit, not only revenue, right? We want you profitable as fast as possible. So theproductboss.com/workshops. Who's coming? Save me. Who's coming to the workshops? Want to know? Want to
Mhm.
see you there? You're going to
Who's
get a show up live
registered?
bonus.
Do it
Yep.
right now. Theproductboss.com/workshops. That's
We'll
with an
wait.
S. Yeah.
We'll just be here.
I mean, we got nowhere to be. We could schedule this in.
Do do. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Jennifer just sent a
Oh,
photo.
we're
I hope it
getting a
was of my
lot of
face like
me.
this.
Oh. We're getting a lot of me, so that's great. Really proud of you all. It will help with your overwhelm. This is the pre-planning that happens, right? So when you're feeling overwhelmed, you need to plan in the time. I know it feels weird because of the uncertainty, but that's what we're pre-planning. You're going to feel uncertain. That's the mental space I was talking about, right? So that's why you pre-plan. We think about the calendar, we think about the mental space. Okay, we know we're going to feel uncertain. So how can we alleviate some of the chaos in our own brains? And then the physical space. So, we've planned through all that. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty of how are we going to sell and how are we going to move forward, right? So, selling holiday season, taking advantage of all that, connecting with our customers. And then, because we don't want you to stop the snowball there, we're going to talk about the year round. Because Jacqueline and I, we talked about this before and we haven't talked about it in a while, but there's a halo effect that happens. And this is not something that was made up by us. The halo effect is something that is in business, usually always happens for consumers. And that is this buying period that happens after the holiday season. So it's called the halo effect. You can Google it if you want to. So there's this motion and movement that happens when people are buying, and the customer experience that they go through, that they rebuy because the halo effect creeps into January. So for a lot of you, your slow season probably hits, unless you're a Valentine's Day um, consumer good, then you probably slow down at the end of January. But the halo effect extends like a halo, because your customers are still feeling good and they shift into buying for themselves. And so we really want to keep the ball moving. And then that way you go into the new year knowing what you're going to do. You go into another busy season because the second consumer buying season is Mother's Day. So,
Well, Valentine's Day kicks it off. So Valentine's
yeah.
Day recharges that's my friends. Hallmark created these things on purpose. They saw buying
They
habits.
sure did.
And that's why they allowed January, like a lot of like health food, resolution type products sell, like if you sell activewear, that kind of thing. But then quickly Valentine's Day rolls around to get jewelry being bought again, flowers, chocolates, candies, and it's even moved into people buying Valentine's Day for their kids, their dogs, all the things, right? And then,
Mhm.
like Mina said, then right after that is Mother's Day. It's
Yeah.
all literally built.
Yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day and then Easter, but Mother's Day is the second for
Yeah,
consumer buying that everybody kind of partakes
because
in
of
because
gifts.
the most money spent,
Mhm.
Um,
I think
but
that in Side note, I think that like pets now, the pet industry is bigger than the men's industry.
Yeah, it is. Men's is pretty far down there. I mean, as far as like consumer spending and dollars spent, it's Mother's Day, it's pets and children, then it's men because the men don't make the buying decisions,
Right.
you know?
Right. And
Um,
they're like, "Oh, we'll just wear the same shirt for the next 65 years."
right. So you're kind of just like getting the motion moving. So as you're seasoning your customers to buy from you during the holiday season, let's extend that out even further. That's why we talk about it too, because you need to keep the ball moving. It's much easier to keep the ball moving than it is to start the ball moving.
Can I add to
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
A snowball in motion is easier to stay in motion,
Yeah.
right? Because we like to say, like, "Start your snowball of sales."
Yeah.
So, it's the holiday season, let's do it. So, here's some things that we were hearing. So Wendy is on our team and she's been chatting with a lot of you out there. A lot of you have probably heard from Wendy about just, where you're at right now. Right. She's like had a really, tight gauge on the thumb or the I don't know, pulse of what's happening in the world
The
with
thumb
our
of the world.
don't know what word I'm looking for. I'm trying to open a window so I could read what she said.
Yeah.
So I was, I was talking to Wendy and I was like, what is what right now from the communication, the conversation she's having with a lot of our product bosses, I was like, what is sort of coming up for people in terms of investing in themselves or taking this time, right? Showing up live, showing up in these
Getting
workshops.
refocused. Like, what's
Hmm.
the barrier? Or, a lot of times it is something that within the brain, like people are talking about the similar things. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
And so there's a lot of things. There's a lot of I'm not going to call them excuses because they're not because we all have like mindset things. We all have mindset blocks.
We all
There's
have worries,
yeah, a lot of things are kind of getting in the way right now for people and it's different across the board, right? For everyone. But what we wanted to talk to you today about on this live and I know somebody's like I'm here for motivation. Well, this is going to be like a little bit of tough love a little bit. But it's the idea of taking responsibility for your results. So we talk to a lot of product bosses, right? Like in our alumni of Multi-Stream Machine, our students in there, our masterminders in the DM, in these challenges. Like we have almost 10,000 people in this challenge with us, and we hear a lot. And when we really start to dig into what's happening in people's businesses, when we really start to listen, what we're realizing is that what their expectations are and what they're putting in, and then the results they're getting, they're they're disappointed by the results. But if we were to listen or track their process, a lot of times they're just not doing things, right? They're
Or
not
they
taking
or they think that they are. They think
yeah,
that they are.
or they're
Yeah.
focused somewhere else, or they're, they're struggling because a lot of time is spent in other places, or some of you do have full-time jobs. We take care of our kids full time, there's things like that. And so it's hard because some of you are getting so frustrated that your business isn't where it's supposed to be, or where you want it to be. But if you really were to break down the time you're spending on your business, the efforts you're putting into your business, where your focus is, what are you investing in, right? Do you have someone, something, a course, something like that, like moving you forward to a direction? Because if you are, hey, I want to grow this business to $100,000 business, but I only work on it for, 4 hours a week, pretty hard to grow something to that type of revenue. So we kind of wanted to dig into just taking responsibility for your results and
Mhm.
sort of working around that, not as a like take responsibility for your results, but take responsibility for your results, right? Like, let's
Mhm.
look at this. Let's say, what do I actually want to make happen? What am I implementing into my business? What am I doing? What work am I doing? What am I investing in to get me there faster? And if I don't want to do those things, then am I okay going slower? Am I okay with my growth being slower? Am I okay with a lower revenue? Because I
Yeah.
also want to take some of that guilt off of your plate too, where if you're not putting in the effort, you don't have the bandwidth to put in the effort, you don't want to put in the thing, then that's okay. Then be like, that's cool. This is where I am right now. This is my season. But if you really want to go forward and you want to go forward faster, then you also need to take responsibility for like, are you doing the things to get you there?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people want it to be linear, like a list of things that we tell you what to do, or you think that you should be doing. You see what people are doing and you check off the list, try that, try that, try that, try that. And it isn't that way. You have to try a lot of things, and you have to, I hate this word, but there needs to be some sort of hustle. Like you need to push through. So even like, okay, I'm just going to give a broad example of showing up, right? Some people are like, but I tried that. I tried showing up a lot and it didn't get me what I wanted it to do. Well, did you try it right here, right now, this milliscule minute right now? Because it is a compound effect, right? And even if it doesn't work, then you have to micro pivot along the way. So there's lots of things of, maybe there's times where it's like, I've tried that already, but have you tried everything? Have you tried this variation of that? Have you tried, showing up in this way? Have you tried showing up with this other person? Have you tried showing up talking about it this way? Have you tried showing up on a Monday versus a Friday? Whatever it is. Have you tried it in the morning versus night? Have you had your product in hand? Have you showed it in use? Have you had somebody else show up with it? There's so many different iterations of showing up, or that was just a broad example, right? So many iterations of doing something and expecting a varied result from it.
Yeah. So I want to know from you as you're all listening and watching right now is like, what's a result that you want to happen for your business right now, but it's not happening? It's maybe not happening fast enough for you or the way you imagined, right? Like, I'd love to know. It could be a number, like a revenue, like I want to have $10,000 months. It could be, I want to have $100,000 business by the end of the year. It could be, I want to leave my full-time job. I want to work. I know this is like for some of our masterminders at this point, I want to work 4 hours a week and have like $1 million business because they have built teams and their businesses are bigger now. So people are starting to write them in. So just beyond the cotton once more online sales. Sarah says getting my website live. Suzanne says I want to get new customers and have them come back. More retail orders than wholesale orders from Emily. Increase traffic to my website. Tammy says I want to have more where to go. I want to have most of my revenue coming from my website. Kelly says I need to push through. I mostly do in-person sales. Want to go online with products, but I always get busy with my in-person sales, so that it never gets done. Desert Rose wants to have a $20,000 month. Right now they're at 10 to 15K. Traveling Fox, I want to stop having to put my own money into this business. Yes, my friend. Okay. So all of you that have, as you're starting to put these in, and these are the things you want, have you been working towards the thing that you want, right? Like, okay,
Mhm.
so let's see.
Where was just beyond the cottonwoods?
One of the
What did you say? Um,
more online sales
More online
on
sales. Okay,
Instagram.
perfect. I love this example. And I believe her name is Nikki. So I'm going to pick on her a little bit. Okay. So just prepare yourself for this. Okay. So Nikki said, I want more online sales. I actually have an embroidered hat from her. It's beautiful. It's a black one. It's hand embroidered with like a flower design, like a poppy design. And I love it. And so the reason why I'm picking on her is because I actually screenshotted from her from the last challenge testimonial that she DM'd us. And I remember it. So it's clear in my head right now. And she was like, everything that you guys said is so helpful and almost to the point where it's too good. And she's like, I just showed up. I needed to sell a hat and I sold it out in the first 40 minutes or something like that. So So she got the result that she wanted. She needed to sell the hat and she sold it out in the first 40 minutes of talking about it. So, did she do it again to get more sales? Is she still talking about those hats? Is she bringing them in inventory? Is she showing the hats on various people? Is she giving the hat to various people to get content so they can talk about it as well? Whatever it is that she feels like she wants that result, is she working towards it enough where she's getting the results for more online sales? So Nikki, tell me, are you, because you did something and you tested it and it worked, but are you pushing it further and further and further till they're not buying anymore?
Also, she does in person from what I can remember, right?
I'm not sure.
You stalled over here on Instagram. I
Oh,
feel like I
sorry.
remember seeing a picture of her. Okay. Coming back. Okay. She's a
Uh,
multi-stream machine student, right?
she is not.
No. Well, hello, friend. Let's get you
Mhm.
going. She says, "I'm not," is her thing, because I also think I remember that I remember seeing a picture of her in a booth, I think, with her product, and when you are doing in person, if you want more online sales, are you asking the people, okay, she's finding market prep is taking more time because she's still doing in person, right? So are
Um,
you driving? So you're spending this time in person, which I get because it's the quickest, easiest way to make money. One of our multi-stream machine students that also is a student, or no, a student and a masterminder, she's at this live event. It's a very long live event. It's like 3 weeks. She's already made $48,000 at this live event selling
mhm.
tea. So like live events are great. They just take a lot of time.
She
So
said
then
she was exhausted too.
she's burnt out. Um, but for you then, and so are you driving traffic? Are you giving people, this is what we talked about in Rocker Holiday Promotions, but are you giving people a coupon to go shop online? Hey, get your next order online. We ship, you can buy from us, enter your email address. Are you emailing them? Are you driving the traffic to your site if you want more online sales?
Are you
So
pulling them in, right? Like through the DMs, through through anything. I mean, just even Jacqueline, talk about the results of your Instagram poll thingy. The reel?
the one that, yeah, well,
Mhm.
who tried the reel that I had posted where I said, okay, hop into your stories if you want to make 10 sales today, jump into your stories and basically show your product and just do a polling question. Your question is, have you ever bought from me before? Or like, have you ever purchased before? What was my question?
Yeah. Have you ever purchased from us before? And the polling questions were,
Yes or
"Yes,
no?
I have," or "Not yet."
Not
"Yes, I
yet.
have," or "Not yet."
I didn't do no. I said not yet, right? Because it future casts for the customer, like, well, no, not yet, but I should, right? Okay, Rebecca says I did 3 sales from it. Annika made so much money from the story poll trick. Annika basically went and told her husband, because I could do this poll and make thousands and thousands of dollars. She's renting a warehouse space because that reel was able to generate
The reel
money.
paid for the warehouse, right? Um, so then tell them what once they do the poll.
So once you do the poll, yes, I have not yet. You could message them and say, if they say not yet, thank you so much for taking the poll. I wanted to give you a discount code. Emily, just go to our Instagram and search our reels. And it says it right there. Amanda Lee did it and made $600.
Mhm.
So yes, I have. Amazing. Thank you so much from ordering for us before. For your next order, here's a 15% off coupon code. The updated tip I want to give all of you that I think Lindsay from Just Love Prince did is she gave them a timeline. So this code will work for the next 24 hours or 48 hours. Basically,
Time
I think
scarcity.
Lindsay had like 1,200 people, I think, that she had to
Yeah,
message
she
this
made
to.
thousands or she made a
Thousands.
lot. Yeah. So
Um, so
she
she
was
did
doing
that.
amazing.
And if they said not yet, thank you so much for taking the poll. I wanted to offer you 15% off your first order, whatever it is, right? Here's the coupon code. You have 24 hours to use it, right? Because of the 24-hour time scarcity, I think worked better. And it worked. So, I mean, Annika, my friend, I know we talk about her a lot, but it's because she takes so much action and then she has such amazing results.
Yeah, and we
She
get
said I
since
made
she works with us, we know her
7,000.
results.
Yeah, she's writing this. I made $7,000 in 2 days off of that Instagram poll. So right there, right? And not like Amanda Lee doesn't have the most people following her, but she made $600 from just doing that poll, just from people saying like, "Oh, that's helpful," right? Go watch the reel. Let's kick up that algorithm again. But it's not bot behavior because it's real.
Yeah, that's the thing with the people that got the most results were the ones that were already engaged with their customers. So
You know
they
what?
knew it was not a bot.
Also, it was a poll, and then it was a
Mhm,
message, right? Because
mhm.
we poll all of you sometimes, and then we will actually personally send messages back to people, because you know what this is called? It's a new thing. Like, so in the service world, it's called social selling. In the retail world, there's a new word, and it's
The
called
product world.
product
It's more
world. It's
it's
called
social
social
retail.
retail.
Mhm.
So what I think a lot of you are missing is the fact that some of these yeah, Amanda Lee only has 5,000 followers. And so she made $600 on just a poll.
Yeah.
So I think what a lot of you are missing is it's not the bot. We are not into bots. I actually don't even like when the bot response comes on a DM when I message someone, but
Mhm.
and that's just my own personal preference. But this is an actual reach out and engage with your customers the way that you would if you were in person with them. Right. So, for example, if she's in person and she wants more sales from people, she needs to drive the traffic online. So, So I want all of you to just think about that. So let's pick another result. Do you want to pick another one like that people want?
Oh, what do you
I know
mean?
we well, I know we kind of went rogue on talking about my reel.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So the thing is, that is a cash injection, right? So one of the things that we always talk about, and this is, wait, I probably, okay, no, no, back up. I was going to talk about bonuses, but no, we won't talk about that.
Responsibility for results. So we were talking about just beyond the cottonwoods and how one of the results she wants is more
Yeah.
online sales. So we
Hmm.
just asked because we know that business a little bit better from Mina remembering from a testimonial, and she's like, "Are you doing this?" So if you yeah, so she's saying right here, "Oh, that's good. I haven't thought to interact in the same way." Would it work well for TikTok? Yeah, it would work there as well. You can't really pull, but
Yeah.
you can drive traffic.
Right.
So, other results that people are looking for. Let me go back up and just see some of the results that somebody said that they want, and let's see if we can dig into that.
Okay. Bentonshire Farms. This is a really big goal. I need to replace my husband's income. Okay. Cool. Cool. That is a
Let's.
really, really big goal.
Mhm.
So, did you sit down, Bentonshire Farms? Can you give me your first name? Did you sit down and write down everything that your husband, the amount of money he makes, the amount of money he makes every single month, and what you need to replace? Then, did you sit down and write the number of expenses that you have every single month and what part of his salary, his income that he's bringing in, covers that? So, if you're going to replace it, do you have numbers to attach it to? See how I reverse engineered it and I actually attached numbers to it? So, it's like the results actually are like, oh, I need to replace $3,000 a month. And he covers,
It's Joanne.
$2,000 a month. Yeah, Joanne. He covers $2,000 a month. So I need to be making 2,000 to cover him. And then this amount needs to be from the business. And this is our monthly expenses. So you're really thinking about, okay, that's what I need to make. Okay, now you know how many sales you need to make and how many units you need to sell. So, what are you going to do to get there? Are you actually taking responsibility to make that $3,000 a month? Again, I'm just throwing out arbitrary numbers here. And so, are you actually taking responsibility for, oh, I tried that. I'm going to try again, even to the point, like Jacqueline said, of going to the DM and selling to people, even going to the point of finding, of going to a in-person show, a farmer's market, but inviting a whole bunch of people, standing there, inviting them to your booth, but also standing there and inviting them to look at things. Have you ever gone to the mall and
The worst.
yeah, here, would you like some lotion? But the thing is though, those people are great at sales and they know how to make money. So you don't have to be like those people, but there has to be some sort of responsibility of, oh, okay, this is what I want to do. It doesn't have to be in that way. It doesn't have to be like how it described, but how is it that you're going to get there in your own way?
Mhm.
So Joanne, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty of it of, okay, I know I want to replace my husband's income, but what does that really look like and how are you doing to get to that point?
So then let's pull it back and say, okay, so let's say it's the $3,000, for example, and I need to come up with, listen, Mina and I have both done this year. Okay, so my husband was completely out of work as a Broadway actor. So the day he came home, I had my whiteboard in the dining room and I was like, what do I need to make to cover us, because he had a very good job. And so I basically was like, I was a mathematician working out. What do I need to do? Because
It was actually simple math.
yeah, it was like 1 + 1, but I was a
Mathematician.
mathematician with a
I was
board.
like a math wizard doing
It's
calculus.
because I was writing on a whiteboard and someone was watching me. Um, but I was just like, what do I need to do? And that was reactive because I had to be reactive. On the flip side, Mina just she didn't retire her husband, but her husband was able to leave being a farm because he's not looking to
Yeah,
retire
he does. I laugh at that because he does not love the word
because you didn't retire
retired.
him. He
I
became a
didn't. We
full-time
replaced his
product
income,
boss. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's exactly like what you said, Joanne, of Bentonshire Farms, is that we replaced his income, and he is a pharmacist, a retail pharmacist. So it was a big a contribution of income to our household. He's also been the primary person who's paid a lot of the bills through this whole time. So, me being the entrepreneur and having low labels and the product balls, I had to attach a number to it for both of us. So, we both knew the goal. Also, for him, since he was the insurance person who had the insurance, as well as we have two kids, we had needs, wants, and desires that we wanted. Like we would have 529s for them to go to college and that sort of thing. So I inserted all those things that unless we met those things, that number was the number that we needed to work our way backwards in order for his income to be replaced and he could solely focus on low labels, which is my other business, right? So
Right.
it really was getting very clear about it.
So that's clear on the result, right? That's clear on like the path to the result. Okay, I need this amount of
Right.
money. I need to get here. But here's where I want to get the responsibility part back to all of you is like, but what are you doing? So if
Mhm.
right now the things that you're doing in your business are not working, they're not working. It's not do more of what's not working. It might be that we have to like shake the tree a little and then have you do something different. So it's either that you're not doing it enough or because listen, posting every day on Instagram is not going to grow your business. It's just not
No.
going to.
Mm.
Mark Zuckerberg, the odds are stacked against you. I tested this. It doesn't matter. Like the only way we've seen organic growth is some hashtags, and I know this for a lot of our
I mean,
students,
I don't know if they're
like
valuable leads
like
though.
3 leads from a
Yeah,
hashtag.
which might
Um,
not even be valuable, you know?
Yeah, reels have been the thing that help, but even right now, reels for me are not they're very getting very few plays. So even that's not working. So when it's like, oh, but I post every day on social media, well, we want you to show up. If it's not working, you need to take an alternative route, right? You may
Mhm,
need to find help. You might need to lean into things like learn something new. So when you're thinking like for Joanna, she's thinking like, how do I retire my husband? She's going to work backwards and say, well, I need to generate this amount of revenue. Then she's going to look at her business and say, does my business have the ability to generate this kind of revenue?
mhm,
Am I what
and
I'm
that's
doing
a
right
big
now?
goal too.
Yeah.
So, it's a harder one to describe in this scenario.
Yeah. And does this revenue, it does what I'm doing right now generate it. So all of you thinking about what you're doing right now, is what you're doing and I wanna know this because you've put in, like, the results you want. What you're doing right now, is it getting you to that result? Are you seeing that, like, "Yeah, no, I'm on that path? Because a lot of you might be on that path. You might have listened to us. You might be a student in multi-stream machine. You may just be awesome anyways, but you are like, "This is my result, and I have my path forward, and I'm working on it." Some of you, though, which I feel like a lot of you might be, are I have this big result that I want, but I'm actually not doing the things that are driving what I want the result to be. I want people to shop for me online, but I'm not doing the things that drive people online, right? I'm not doing the things that I'm not telling them to come buy from me online. I'm not figuring out other ways to get onto other sales channels, other sales platforms to increase my revenue so that I can make more money. Grace says only if I hire help. So you may need to hire help. So a lot of our students that join multi-stream machine are at the point that um they're either not making money and we need to get them to break even and then we need to get them profitable as fast as possible because all of you are limited in time and in money. You
Yeah,
only have so much time to make this thing work before someone in your life says to you like, how long are you gonna keep doing this? How long are you gonna keep putting money into this? Or you might say, how long am I gonna keep doing this? How long am I gonna put money into this? So what we really need to do is get you results faster. We need you to take action and we need you to have some sort of consistent, like a path forward. You're like, if I do these things and test and try and they work, it's gonna bring me closer to my results. If they're not
yeah.
working, then might need to shift.
But before I wanna go back a little bit to Grace's if only I only if I hire help. So here's the thing. A lot of us might think that if we outsource the responsibility that it will be taken care of and the results will come, and that is simply not true. When you first start any business, a lot of what happens is that you figure it out yourself and you reinvest the money into yourself because you are the best person to sell your product. You're the best person to be in a booth. You're the best person because when you get feedback on the results that you're trying to get, You're the one who knows how to micro pivot. You're the one that understands that this is why the customer is buying. You're the one that understands, oh, okay, my marketing is murky right now. I need to clear that up. Or my pricing is off. I need to clear that up. Or my whatever it is that you need to do, you're, at the front of it with your finger on the pulse of all of it, because that's where we all start, and you learn what you can. That's kind of like the heart and soul of entrepreneurship. So before you hire help, you need the clarity, and then you can hire help, because if you hire help too soon, it circles back to you. That's something we learned from the podcast episode 2. Kelly Roach said it too. It's a boomerang is what she called it. And I always visualize that boomerang is that when you hire help, if you think that that's going to take all this stuff off your plate, it isn't. If you don't train properly, and if you're not crystal clear on what role that person plays, what if they don't know what their expectations are, all of that, it circles back like a boomerang.
It
So I
comes right
just want
back
to
to
make
your
sure,
plate.
yeah, it comes right back to your plate. So
Mhm.
make sure that you take it, as step by step as you can. But before you hire help, make sure you know the expectation you have for that person as well, and
Right.
that they know.
Right. So so is this helpful to you? We have a few more minutes left on this thing, but has this been helpful to you, like knowing the result that you want, and then maybe auditing your actions right now and thinking through, have I been working towards that result that I want, right? And if not, why? Are you confused? Do is like confidence in yourself and your abilities? Um is it that you don't know what to do next? I mean, that's part of the reason we're doing this workshop, to help you figure out your path to profit. What a lot of people said to Wendy when I was asking her, like, what's happening? A lot of people said, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. They're also thinking, I'm just going to push off getting help until spring, right? A lot of people are like, well, maybe not right now. I'm just going to push this off, or I'm brand new to this. I don't know it. A lot of you might also be thinking, like, well, how would I know this? I'm brand new. Like, I'm not going to know this. Well, a lot of these things are a lot of mindset things that get in your way, because you want more money, but if you don't invest in yourself, right, to become more confident in your abilities, like Daisy says, then how are you going to get there? You don't need to guess this.
Yeah.
This is not, there are people that have done this before you. There's Mina and I to act as your coaches and guides through this. There are ways to do this that work for a lot of people. And so in different ways, right? Each of you have your own path to profit. So when you put these excuses in front of your growth, right? I don't have the money to invest in myself to learn what I need to do to get me there. I don't have the time. Well, why don't you have the time? Right? What else are you doing? Like, maybe you're wasting your time on things that aren't leading you to your results.
Hmm.
I'm going to push this off and wait till spring. Well, we're literally about to enter into the biggest time of year where you can make a ton of money. Like, you can get closer to the results you need. You can get that snowball rolling, get people online, get a better savings together to retire your husband, whatever it is. And if you're brand new, you need this. And Annika, I don't know if you want to say it so I don't have to say it. About because Multi-Stream Machine, the doors open on Friday for Multi-Stream Machine. Okay. And this is the last time they're going to open for 2021. Actually, we are opening. If you are interested in Multi-Stream Machine, put MSM into the comments. We are giving the first, I think we have more than 100 people that really want in on this. So I think we were going to move it to the first 200 people
Hmm.
that joined before we open the doors publicly are going to get a special bonus, like a live bonus with a PR expert to help them with gift guides. So if, like Kathy just said, MSM. So we're actually going to open up really early this evening. So if you're into MSM and you want in early, the team will grab. A lot of people are saying MSM that they want in on it. You could actually get that bonus if you sign up today, because tomorrow when we do the workshops, the general public's going to know about them, and that first 200 bonus is going away. So
Yeah.
get in tonight if you want in. But I'm saying all this because a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I want to get into multi-stream machine, but I'm new." Well, if you're new, then you need to know how you're going to sell. You need a path for yourself. If you're like, "I'm going to wait till spring because I don't have the time and I don't have the money." Well, as Annika said over here, so this is her. She said, if you don't have the money, this is the time that you need to invest. She says, if something seems expensive to you, you especially need it. Because she also said, imagine if $1,500 felt cheap to you. It can after you invest in yourself.
Mhm.
So many of us get in the way of our own growth, and you do need to take responsibility for your results, which is why we're here with you, every day,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing too is that some people are like, "We'll wait till the springtime." Okay, 6 months from now? Oh, you're gonna wait 6 months
6
from now?
months. You're gonna
Yeah,
delay your results 6 months to a
yeah.
time that
So
maybe isn't
then
the best time?
we get let's fast forward even more to August or September whenever we do Rock Your Holiday promotions again, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is my first year actually selling, with multi-stream machine. I don't know what to compare it to." So then the snowball has started in the springtime, and then you have no data to compare to, having known what your focus is, and it becomes a much more delayed path. And then also, with it being right after 2020 right now, 2021, where you'll start to see delivery starting to be delayed for the big guys, the retailers. They'll start running out of things, where small businesses are the hero right now. I cannot say that enough. This is the time when people are really going to be wanting to spend on small businesses. This is why Jacqueline and I started the Shop 1 in 5 Pledge and the Small Business Shopping Directory. So I feel like right now is if when you are going to make a bold move, and I believe this truly, there's sometimes where it feels much, it matters more, it impacts more than other times. So if you have the money, I would invest in yourself now versus waiting 6 months from now. But
Yeah,
if you don't, you can wait too, right?
yeah. So Grace said this,
There's
"I
a
wish I had."
payment plan too, by the way.
Oh,
We didn't even
yeah.
mention that. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Grace says, I wish I had joined in January so I was not panicking, keeping up with orders and organization right now. I can't wait to jump into the modules to clean up my systems. And then Bags and Pieces, who has an amazing brand, I think about you a lot actually, said, I found the base because I love her thing. I found the
Uh-huh.
basic modules, pricing, etc., most helpful in multi-stream machine. Before you sell on multiple platforms, you have to get your numbers right. So this helped a lot. Um, let's see. Someone else said, Valerie said, honestly, this comment helped me sign up last year, and now I'm past the feeling of thinking that it's expensive thanks to multi-stream machine. Suzanne said multi-stream machine is 1,000% a game changer for me. Um, and then Karen said, yes, that's how I felt. I took the payment plan, but I'm so glad I did. So, what we did this time, the biggest change. So, all of you that have said MSM, the team will send, I think around 5 o'clock today. It's when we're going to be live tonight that they're going to open the doors for the first 1 to 200 people to get this extra bonus. Everyone that's like, yes, I want this. Stick with us through the workshops. You will learn more about it in that as well. Because we will
Mhm.
tell you about it at the end of the workshop. But what we decided this time to do is that we decided to do a 12-month payment plan that is around $150. So if you can't afford $150 to invest in yourself monthly, I'm going to go back and say exactly what Annika said and say if that's too expensive to you, you actually do need this.
Yeah.
Because imagine for $158, like if you could take that $158 investment per month and generate $300 the next month, right? Then you've covered your payments. Then you double that the next month, $600. The next month, you double that to $1,200. I mean, just in a few months, like most people have said that they've paid off the course within like 1 to 2 months. But 158, Karen said, 158 to be exact, is how much it is a month for 12 months. So we really wanted to make it just more accessible because one of your biggest obstacles for all of you is thinking you don't have the money and that it's too expensive, right? You don't have the money right now. In some future, imaginary future, that's when you'll have the money. Will you have the
Yeah.
money in that imaginary future if you're not taking responsibility for your results, if you're not going that path? So, um, Race Ready Obstacle says, just joined multi-stream machine and just starting to look through the modules. It's going to be such a time saver rather than me having to learn research on my own. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Suzanne had said this too. She said module 1, I think she meant module 2, the systems, is worth the $1,500 loan. That is the truth. When you have systems that just give you the confidence and you can move forward and you understand how things work in a business and you're setting up the right foundation, it will save you so much money because it gives you clarity and also the time saver. And then it prevents you from making mistakes. We call it holes in the boat that money is seeping through the bottom.
Yeah. And yes, multi-stream machine comes with an email module, and we have extra special bonuses. So I'll round out that really quick. Drop an MSM if you want that early access with that extra bonus. When those slots fill up, it is those that extra bonus will go away, but the doors will be open officially Thursday, Friday, depending on when you come to the workshop. But we're doing an email list building bonus. So you're going to learn how to build your email lists where you are faster. There's going to be a PR training on how to get into holiday gift guides. There's going to be extra special bonuses next week. And those of you that sign up in the very beginning, because there's a fast action bonus by Sunday, so you'll get all the bonuses. So
Yeah.
if you take action right away, you will actually, as we release other bonuses throughout the week, you'll get all of them. Those of you that wait will not. So if
Mhm.
you wait till next week, the bonuses that we're talking about right now that will go away by Sunday are going to be gone and you won't access them again. So I would say for all of you, if you're considering it, just take the leap, jump in, get all of the bonuses. So that way you get multi-stream machine plus all of these new things that we're releasing, which are going to be game changers. Um, and then if you're questioning, like Nemo Beauty was like, where do I suggest sell the most in person versus online? Come to the workshops. We're going to help you work through that for yourself so you can kind of get an understand about it. Um, so yeah, so we're really excited for all of you. The team is good with everyone that hit us on before I end the live.
Yeah. And make sure that you do sign up for the workshops. Again, it's theproductboss.com/workshops. Um, Sarah, all the multi-stream machine students do get the bonuses except for the live bonuses. So everything that Jacqueline was talking about, email, we have some extra special ones too. You get everything except for the live bonuses, and they're amazing. So anybody who signs up for a multi-stream machine, you get future updates and everything. So as you can see, we love on that community and we're consistently and continually investing into our community. And the multi-stream machine community is so amazing. It's like and no other community. It's super generous.
Yeah, yeah. This time we were like, what do you all need? Like it's different, right? The end of
Yeah.
2021 is different than what you needed last year. So we really, from
We
all the
created new
feedback,
bonuses.
I mean, that's
It's
what we've been doing for the last weeks,
yeah.
like move on to making more bonuses. So yeah, so there's a bunch of new ones. One of them is actually going to help you make your investment back very quickly. There's like experts that we're bringing in that are just game changers that people are so excited about. We've already announced it to some of our MSM students and they're just so psyched. So I'm excited for all of you. So I would love to see all of those 100, 200 spots fill up by tonight. When you get that early access, you're all live with us. So that's why you know about it. New modules don't come in, but we update the modules or we might make variations. So, but you'll
Oh,
always
I
get
think
the
she
updates.
means the bonuses. So they're
Oh,
trickling out, Sarah. So
yeah.
they'll by the end of next week, you'll see all of them in your portal. And they're trickling in because they're surprise bonuses. I'm so excited. The multi-stream machine people will just be like amazed at the new bonuses and it'll be so helpful. We basically took the best of everything we knew you needed help on and created bonuses out of them.
And a huge one is that email list building. And another one is
Mhm.
to make your money back within 30 days. So that
Yeah.
is just really exciting. So, all right, friends, I'm so excited to welcome all of our new multi-stream machine students tonight. I love all of you that are here that are our students. For everyone in Rock Your Holiday Promotions Challenge, we will see you later today. Please make sure to show up live. And those of you that are not, but you're really interested in this workshop, head to theproductboss.com/workshops. We're going to walk you through your path to profit, figure out how to be a profitable revenue generating business year round without spending a single cent on ads, right, friends? All
Yep.
right, we'll see you all later.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.